Will the United States stay in NATO while you're in office?
In where?
NATO. Do you commit that the United States will remain a member of NATO while you're in office?
Again, they have to pay their bills. If they pay their bills, absolutely.
But not if they don't pay their bills.
But NATO's taken advantage of us because we were look, two things. Number one, they take advantage of us on trade, meaning the European nations, okay, like terrible. They don't take our cars, they don't take our food product, they don't take anything. It's a disgrace. And on top of that, we defend them. So it's a double whammy. So let me just tell you, I was able to get hundreds of billions of dollars put into NATO just by a tough attitude. I said to the countries, I'm not going to protect you unless you pay. And they started paying. And that amounted to more than $600 billion. It's a big thing. Otherwise, they wouldn't even be fighting. They wouldn't have any money to fight. If they're paying their bills, and if I think they're treating us fairly, the answer is absolutely, I'd stay with NATO.
But if not, you would consider the possibility of
absolutely. Yeah.
Let me ask you, as you just mentioned Elon Musk, I think everybody in this country is learning a lot about his influence, which is unwieldy and over the top, just to say a few words. You mentioned 100% tariffs on Teslas to hit Elon Musk. He owns a number of other companies. Obviously, there's Starlink. Would you ever consider canceling Canada's contracts with Starlink, for example?
Absolutely. And Canadian premiers have already said that they would do that. I think you made a really important point a minute ago, Jen, which is right now, this is maybe abstract for Americans. But if these tariffs are put in place, it is going to hurt Americans. Anyone who has a 401k is going to be hit because the stock market is already hurting. Anyone who needs to fill their car up with gas is going to be hit. You are going to be putting tariffs, a tax on the oil and gas and electricity that we sell you. Totally absurd. Your grocery prices are going to go up because you know what you need to grow food in the United States? You need fertilizer. And 80% of it comes from Canada, and you're going to put a 25% tax on it? I mean, the Wall Street Journal is right. This is dumb. This is utterly self-mutilating, and our retaliation is going to make it worse because we can't stand for these attacks on our economy. So really what I'm saying to you and to your viewers, Jen, is call the White House now. Say to the president, say to your congressmen, say to your senators, say to your governors, this is self-mutilation. This just doesn't make sense. There is no need to do this. But if you follow this path, it's going to hurt America.
It's not every day when you hear a candidate to be the leader of a neighboring country call for people to call the White House and their members of Congress. So that speaks to the significance of the moment.
China now saying that they will look to impose tariffs on some U.S. goods as well. What else do we know about the China response to the U.S. tariffs?
Yes, again, going exactly by the playbook like clockwork. At 1 p.m., seconds after that, China released its slew of countermeasures, pretty extensive this time round compared to the previous round in February. They're targeting up to 15% tariffs on a list of U.S. goods. I'm just going to go through them very quickly. 10% on pork, beef, soybean, sorghum, fruits, vegetables, and dairy products. The one on soybean, of course, had been highly anticipated. And 15% tariffs on wheat, cotton, chicken, and corn. So all of these are agricultural commodities. I would say that they are largely still less than proportional to the scale of the U.S. tariffs because we're talking about 10 to 15% tariffs from China versus 20% from Trump if you count in the first 10% plus the second round of 10%. And you look at the scale of it, the range of the goods covered. U.S. tariffs cover all Chinese goods, but the Chinese tariffs are targeting specific sectors, mainly the agricultural sector.
Matthew chapter 12, verse 26. And if Satan cast out Satan, he is divided against himself. How shall then his kingdom stand? I want to give all praises and honor to Yahweh, Bahashem, Yahushai, Bahashem, Rakah, Kudash, forgive me the spirit, to do this lesson. America is crumbling right before our eyes. Okay, Babylon, the great whore, is crumbling right before our eyes, man. And we've been telling you this for years, that this is going to happen. That Yahweh Bahashem Yahushai was going to break down America financially, okay? The financial system is going to start being crushed and more crushed to the point where, guess what? You got to take the chip now. because a new system has to be implemented. Okay, that AI system, that beast system. Okay, but like I started with, I read it again. And if Satan cast out Satan, he is divided against himself. How shall then his kingdom stand? Okay, because Yahweh Shem Shai, see, those at the top, they once agreed, right? But you can best believe that Yahweh Shem Shai is controlling that situation. So he can make them turn here. Okay, make this group turn, this elite group turn. Now you got problems. Satan is divided against Satan. That's what we're seeing, man. Okay. Now you seen the first clip with President Trump. That was, I think, a couple months before he became president. And she's asking him about him leaving NATO or staying in NATO. Okay, for a reason. And the way he broke it down was like, look, they don't buy shit from us no way, and we defend them. Okay, they need to pay them bills. That was a couple months ago. Now, starting at midnight, yesterday midnight, okay, when midnight came in, all those different tariffs that Trump talked about is in effect right now. 25% on the EU, which is NATO, okay, which America is a part of. But according to prophecy, there's going to be a split. All right, it talks about them hating the whore. I'll read that in a minute. Okay, but these tariffs came in effect last midnight on China, Canada, the EU. All right, as you see that lady, it talks about, she said 80% of fertilizer comes from Canada and different other things. Okay, and China, she mentioned the beef, eggs, chicken, all kinds of goods, man. Okay, and there's a lot more. That's why when you see stuff made in China, made in Canada, all right, et cetera, et cetera. Okay, so that's a problem. Now let's go into tariffs. In the Google definition, it says a tariff is a tax on imported or exported goods. And that's why China came back with a 15% tariff. Okay. And you heard that Canadian woman talk about they're going to put 100% tariff on Tesla cars. All right. And they're going to do everything that Trump does as a tariff against Canada. They're going to come back with their own tariffs right away. And they ain't playing. And she said, all you regular people out there, you average Americans, you better call your president because y'all about to suffer. But it's all the Lord's plan, man. Yahweh Shem Shai. We need this to happen. We need this place to break down to their knees. Yes, while we are here at the same time. Okay? That's why the grace period is to build your faith up. Because the shit we gonna see, you're gonna have faith, man, or you're gonna faint. All right? It's about to get very, very bad because right now, the food prices are insane. So now after these tariffs, what do you think is going to happen? What do you think? Okay, think about that, man. It's going to get way worse. And guess what? At your job, they ain't going to pay you more. Okay, so you're going to have to figure it out. That's how bad it's going to get and continue to get and continue to get. All right, let's go back to the definition of tariff. A tariff is a tax on imported or exported goods. Right, both ways you can do it. Tariffs are a type of trade barrier that can help protect domestic industries, raise revenue. You hear that? Raise revenue and negotiate trade deals. Okay, so think about it. Trump saying we're trying to save America. We're trying to save America. Okay, we got to put these tariffs on them to make them pay for it so we can get rich again. But if they come back with their own tariffs, it doesn't work. Okay, what do you think is going to happen, man? What do you think is going to happen? First of all, it's going to cause war. Okay, for World War III to come sooner. And we already in the mix to a certain degree. If you're paying attention, it's already in the works. It's already bubbling. Then on the other side, America's breaking down. The people are suffering, right? And if we collapse, which we are, Trump can blame it on the other administration, the Biden administration, and then come with the savior, the AI system. Look, let's do it this way. Okay? So come on, man. How can you not see what's going on? If you're listening to us, if you listen to the prophets, if you're paying attention, you should know what's going on right now. When you see Trump talking about these different things, because we go into it because we deal with prophecy. Okay? Let's go to Revelation chapter 17. Let's read verse 16 and 17 and 18. It says, and the 10 horns which thou sawest upon the beast, the 10 horns talking about NATO, EU, European Union, these shall hate the whore. Okay, and one way to hate the whore is the whore telling you, look, you got to pay your bills now. 25% tariffs. Okay, they ain't going to like that. That's a good way to hate the whore. I mean, he talking shit about them out in the open. They ain't paying their bills. They need to pay. They can't even protect themselves. Talking that shit. You think the EU is going to like that? No. And now he in office, he doing what he say he going to do. 25% tariff. That's a big ass tax. That's not small. Think about that, man. Okay, so the great whore is hated by the other nations, right? They're realizing that the whore is a straight up nasty whore with all kinds of diseases. After they did business with America for years with this whore, right? It talks about the nations drunk the wine at the cup and the nations are mad. Okay, but that madness is going to travel all the way up to the top. Okay, because they are in NATO. So now NATO is going to split because of that same madness. Okay, that's why it says, verse 16, and the 10 horns which thou sawest upon the beast, these shall hate the whore, and shall make her desolate and naked, and shall eat her flesh, and burn her with fire, to the point where they're going to shoot missiles over here with the other nations. Think about that, man. For you to make a decision to do that, you are extremely hot. Okay, because Yahweh Shem Shai can put it in them. And that's what you read in verse 17. For Yahweh Shem Shai have put it in their hearts, their minds, to fulfill his will, not theirs. Which proves Yahweh Shem Shai is controlling this whole thing, man. He set it up. Okay? And to agree and to give their kingdom unto the beast, until the words of Yahweh Shem Shai shall be fulfilled. And the woman which thou sawest is that great city which reigned over the kings of the earth. Right. So you see, Yahweh Shem Shai has put it in the hearts of them to split. Okay. When they sleep, he put the instructions in their mind. Hate the whore. Hate the whore. He put it in their mind, man. They can't escape it. Even if they don't want to hate America, they're going to do it because everything is programmed to Yahweh's will. Okay, and we're seeing it happening. America is crumbling right before our eyes, man. Ain't no saving America. America cannot be healed. It's over. No matter what they do. The whole AI, with these tariffs, with whatever they're trying to do, it ain't going to work, man. Okay, it's not going to work. Let's end it on this. Okay. Ecclesiastes chapter 12, verse 1. Remember now thy creator in the days of thy youth, while the evil days come not, nor the years draw nigh, when thou shalt say, I have no pleasure in them, while the sun or the light or the moon or the stars be not darkened, nor the clouds return after the rain. Okay, but we know now we are in that evil time. All right, verse 3. In the day when the keepers of the house shall tremble, and the strong men shall bow themselves, and the grinders cease because they are few, and those that look out of the windows be darkened. Right, man. And the grinders cease because they are few. These jobs get cut, people getting laid off. You think they're going to stop? They're going to start at the top and stop there? No, they're going to go all the way down. Okay? That's what's happening, man. All right, they moving fast with it too. Okay, and it says, second half of part 3, and those that look out of the windows be darkened. Right, no future. pure hell. No hope in sight. Because the only true hope is in Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahushai, not in this world. People are going to bug out. They're already bugging out now, losing it. All right, verse 4. And the doors shall be shut in the streets. Okay, your different businesses shall be shut in the streets. And if it's shut in the streets, guess what? That's no work. Okay, that equals to no work. It says, when the sound of the grinding is low, and he shall rise up at the voice of the bird, and all the daughters of music shall be brought low. So you get the point. Okay, the jobs are going to be few. Okay, fewer and fewer as time go by. All right, because America is crumbling. The system is crumbling. The dollar is crumbling. And they're trying to save it with these different measures, but ain't no saving it. Okay, and at the end of the day, they're trying to bring in a new system anyway. So regardless, this is about bringing in a new system. Regardless, that's what this is about. Goes back to the AI beast system. And we're going to keep pushing that because that's the truth. We're dealing with prophecy here. Okay, so you see, right in our faces, man, this is happening, man. Okay, so don't be surprised you go to the store next week and the meat that you like to get already went up anyway, and it's $30 and now it's $100. Now it's $60 or whatever. Okay, but things are going to go up, man. Way more than you think. Gas, everything. Electricity, I think Canada threatened to shut off electricity to certain Americans based off that, based off the tariffs. We'll see. Okay, but we're in that time. So with that, I hope you're edified. I want to give our praises and honor to Yahweh, Ba'ashem, Yahushai, Ba'ashem, Rakah, Qudash, forgive me, Spirit, to do this lesson. Double honor to the elders of Great Millstone, and Shalom to your Akim out there that's doing the truth in sincerity. Shalom.